Happy Monday morning. The temperatures are cooler, the sky's baby blue, and I am loving it. Oh my gosh, I love it. I don't have to worry about am I going to sweat today and have to go home and change clothes because I got drowned in the wet showing property. It is a beautiful, beautiful day, and I hope you have something wonderful planned today. I want you to plan to spend the next hour with us because we're going to kind of go through something that Tim kind of got my head started on this, because this weekend he does a lot of editing and videography and drone shots for us, and the commercials that you just saw. He and Trace went down to Ball Ground and shot a commercial using a drone. Technology is a big deal. In the 20 years that I have been involved in media, from a newspaper article that came out about me many, many years ago, to talking about remodeling our house, and then Lynn Weaver showed up at the house and we did a program about restoring the farm, and it just kept rolling and going. Well, I noticed during the time that I've been doing this, the cameras have changed, the microphones have changed, the way we do things have changed, but my favorite part of doing television is live television. And I tease the guys all the time because, you know, I'm retirement age or beyond, but I'm not going to retire. And I told them, I said, listen, if I fall over dead on the set one day, y'all just prop my head up, make me smile, and say she's going to get an Emmy for this. I love what I do, but I love the part of doing live television. What you see is what you get. I think that's the first statement I made to Roger Futch the day that we decided to bring television and do what we're doing. And it was very strange because I just said, you know, if I'm having a bad day, you're going to know it. If I'm having a good day, you're going to know it. That's the way it goes. You can't, what is that saying, fake it till you make it? I can't do that. If I'm having a bad day, y'all are going to know it. And I love that you stopped me in Walmart. Diana, how are you doing this morning? I hope you're having a great day. And ask me about baby Xana. I want to show you a picture of baby Xana now because baby Xana is better. She was so sick last week, and her temp was like 103.8. That was very, very scary. But look, her smile is back. Her smile is back, and that is all that matters to her nanny because she's smiling again. She had a rough week, and I was so scared. And Don was like, take her to Children's Health Care. Take her, you know, they're worried to death. But we hope it was just cutting teeth. I don't know. It was ear infection and different things. But boy, that baby was sick. So to all of you who said a prayer for her, that's what live TV does. I can come on here this morning and make an announcement that this community needs to know. And one of the announcements I hate to have to make is that we lost a wonderful, wonderful man in this community. I can tell you, everybody who knows me knows that Mike's Ellijay restaurant is probably my favorite place to just run and grab a great meal at a great price. This family's been running that place for 3 generations, and sadly this weekend, and you know, did y'all notice Mike's my age? So think about it. I'm so blessed to be here today. His family, what an amazing bunch of people in this community, and very, very sad. But that's the other good thing about live TV. We can come to you this morning when we get the news that a community has lost a very important person, or just anybody. You know, we can share that with you immediately right now live. That's the great stuff about today's technology. Now, we're going to go through some stuff today that is ragged and raw and crazy because it's when we first started in TV, and it's like last week we showed y'all some Heart of the Homes that were done with terrible lighting, very different cameras than what we use today. And I can remember when we first went to high definition, and I said, oh Lord, y'all, it's going to show every wrinkle I've got, every little spot. And speaking of spots, I talked to somebody this weekend who had used the same surgeon I did. And I want to remind each and every one of you, the summer is over. Hopefully you're not going to be in the sun anymore for a while. Go to your local dermatologist and get a checkup. Another friend of ours had surgery and had melanoma in his back. It was a big place, and thank God his doctor found it. Go get yourself a checkup. I'm like analyzing myself all the time now, and I have 2 places that I'm scared to death that they've got to do some stuff with, and I'm worried to death, but I'm trying not to be. But it's important. Get those checkups. So do that. Do that, do that, do that. Now today, it is my honor to share something that Santa Claus, our friend, Tim and Pam happened to have this. He owned this, and this happened a long time ago in Pickens County, a long time ago. So as we go back today on technology and we talk about how technology has changed drastically in my 20 years of being involved in it, but really drastically in 40 years. So we're going to show something that's called Coming Home, and it features a gentleman that you might know. He's from Nelson, Georgia. His name was Claude Akins, and he was born and lived in the Nelson community. And the house, I think the house that he lived in is still standing. I'm not sure, but I rode down through there yesterday, and I thought, is that the one? And I couldn't remember. But he was on television for many years. He was very proud of his roots in Pickens County, and he liked coming home. So he was involved in this. And it'll crack you up when you see how dark and gloomy, and it's very different than the cameras we use today, but we're going to share that with you. We're also going to share something that was done on a cassette. Now, how many of y'all own a cassette today? Cassettes were famous for breaking, and when I first got a hold of this cassette, the first thing I did was transfer it to a DVD. And today, in honor of each and every person who is fighting a battle today, in honor of Mike's family who's going to be laying him to rest, in honor of anybody who is struggling, we're going to do a song that I hope will touch your heart. And it was recorded many, 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 many years ago on a cassette, but it sounds amazing. So you're going to get to hear that. And then we're going to share something that was very special to me. Many years ago, when I first started television, I had a call from a family, and they said, would you please ask prayer? My sister's been in a horrific accident, and she's lucky to be alive, and from that came an amazing song called Saved by Grace, and it was written, it was in honor and in remembrance of what she had gone through. She has made it now. She has recovered. There's so many amazing stories. We see miracles every day in our everyday life, and we don't realize that was a miracle. That was God at work. And so I want to share that with y'all today. And in that interview, it's just so precious to see the people who came to surround her. Our community came to surround her, to pray for her. And that's what we have the ability to do. When we're doing live television, if I get a call that so-and-so just went into major surgery and they've had a turn for the worse, we can say, will y'all please pray with us? And that works. Prayers are answered. So we're going to share that with y'all today. We're also going to share the commercial that was shot down in Ball Ground was done with the new technology and high definition cameras and a drone. And boy, does a drone make a difference in what you do, whether it be advertising or just showing your own property, recording a campsite you've been to in the river. It's amazing. So there's so many things, and the drone prices were very, very expensive. They've started to come down a little bit. They're still pretty high, but it's so cool to learn to operate that. And I watch people do it, and then I get fascinated, and I'm like, there are things a drone can see that nobody else can see. We'll talk about technology. There are things up in the air that hear every word we say. And we know that because if you have your phone laying in your car and you have a conversation with somebody and you say, I want to go to Belk's and get that shirt that's on sale, you know, in just a minute, that sucker pops up on your phone. So we understand with today's technology, we are being watched. We are being recorded. We are being captured. And do we like it? I don't like it. I don't like it. But it is the way of the world. That's how they advertise. That's how they know what we want. That's how they know what's ailing us. I said something to a friend about something I needed to go get a prescription for, and the next thing you know, 5 of those things pop up on my phone, and I'm like, are you kidding me? So it's very strange how technology has changed our lives. Would we go back to the way of the Waltons? I would. I loved it. I loved going to my granny's house, and she didn't even have a phone. Well, she didn't even have running water. She had to draw the water out of a well. So come on. That was the good life. And are we looking to go back to that? In some aspects, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And then at the same time, we love that we can put what we do on YouTube. And thinking about that, in the past year, I've been doing recipes in the Progress. And we're putting together a little compilation of those recipes and videos, and we're going to put it all together and have it for the end of the year as kind of a special. It's special to me because these are recipes that my grandmother did. These are recipes that my great aunts did. These are recipes that they just did them. They didn't have a cookbook. They didn't write it down. They just did them, and they taught me to do these things. And I think that's what we're going to be able to capture with today's technology. Sit down with your grandmother and say, now, Granny, how do you make that? How do you do that? Let me record you doing that. And that's what's so amazing about today's technology. So today, we're going to share a lot of technology with you. We're also going to share, there's going to be an event down in Ball Ground at the beautiful Botanical Garden, and it is free. Y'all come and enjoy. It is the Spooktacular. And this is the Ball Ground Garden Club and the City of Ball Ground joined together to do this, and it's going to be a big event. It is free. Bring your children. It is trunk or treat, and it is October the 28th from 1 to 4, and we would welcome you. Come and get to know the garden, come and get to know the city, come and get to know the whole community, and stop by. We'd love to spend some time with you and share what we love. And that garden it's spectacular year-round, and it's free to everybody. So come and join and be part of that event. Dress your kids accordingly and come out and have a good time. So now we're going to go now to something that's it's really cool, because I was around when Bent Tree first started, and Mama owned a sandwich shop, and we used to make 600 sandwiches a weekend. And the salesman would invite people up to look at Bent Tree and to sell them lots. And we would laugh and say, who's going to want to build a house on the side of a hill? Well, they proved us wrong, because they built houses on every side of every hill they can capture. Bent Tree has been amazingly successful. Big Canoe has been amazingly successful, and it is taking those mountains and turning them into home sites. So you're going to see a video that was done before a lot of this progress came along, and I think you will recognize the gentleman in it. Here we go.
Just north of the largest city in the South, there's a place where tree-covered mountains reach up and touch the clouds, and the hectic pace of the city is forgotten. A place where visitors admire its beauty and discover the real treasure of the Blue Ridge Mountains. People from all around are drawn to the natural beauty of the North Georgia mountains. But what makes this area even more special are the gracious folks who live here and call Pickens County, Georgia, home. Whether you're lucky enough to have been born here or make Pickens County your home by choice, everyone enjoys the county's laid-back lifestyle. A place where people invite progress, yet hold on to the traditions and values handed down by their parents and grandparents. So come on, let me show you around the best place in the world to come home to. The minute you get on the Appalachian Highway, you know that this part of North Georgia is special. In less than an hour's drive from Atlanta, you can enjoy the easy lifestyle of a peaceful mountain community without giving up the advantages of city living. It's a place where clear mountain streams and spectacular scenery are as close as your own backyard. And you won't find a better variety of recreational pleasures anywhere. No doubt about it. The people of Pickens County make relaxing here smooth and easy. Thank you, hon. In fact, it's that same kind of personal attention that attracts businesses to this part of Georgia. So, if finding the ideal place to build or expand an industry is in your future, your search may very well end here when you discover the benefits offered by Pickens County. As word of this community's support of new business gets around, it's not surprising that more and more industries are settling here. They're enjoying such amenities as affordable industrial land tracts, Freeport tax exemptions, and financial cooperation from the local banks. Another advantage Pickens County has is a skilled and dependable labor force that can meet even the most technical employment needs. Here at the Pickens Technical Institute, a special educational program called Quick Start provides training for specific skills needed by new or existing industries. Of course, location is everything, and Pickens County couldn't be better situated with its own interstate highway running right through the heart of the county. With these advantages, combined with good old Southern hospitality, it's no wonder this area is one of the most popular growth centers in the South. Yep, some things have changed here since I was a boy. But what hasn't changed is that magical appeal that lures new businesses and families to these parts year after year. They're discovering what I've known for years, that Pickens County, Georgia is a great place to come home to.
When I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. And when I think of God, his Son not sparing, sent him to die, I scarce and take it in, that on the cross my burdens gladly bearing, he bled and died to take away my shout of acclamation and take me home. What joy shall fill my heart? Then I shall bow in humble adoration. And there proclaim my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art, how
together. Now, during this time, people were coming together to pray for you, to cook for you, to make monetary donations. And one person made a donation that I can't even imagine. They wrote a song for you. Now, that song, why? How in the world did that song just come down in her head? How did that happen?
God.
God. It's a God thing. It's a God thing. Your t-shirts said it's a God thing. Okay, when they first, how long had this song been in the works when you first heard it?
At my benefit is when I heard it.
Okay, so several months into recovery, and you didn't know how special this was. I was there that night, and I remember hearing it, and I'm going, whoa, whoa, you know, and everybody there was just like, oh no. It's like that song was designed. It was designed as a piece of your life. It was designed as a piece of your life. Now tell me about the lady who wrote it.
Shelley Matthews Allen. She was a couple of grades ahead of me in school, but we've always been friends. But she's an amazing friend. And Jimmy is, my husband had said one time, we were flipping through ETC, and he said he had never heard Jimmy sing, but our oldest daughter had been to church and heard him where he was singing one day. And we had heard Jimmy's name before, but never heard him sing. Every day after that, we turned on the TV, and he was there singing, or something was being said about him. It's just a God thing. Everything about it is.
It is. Now, Lynn, will you give her the mic? I want you to tell me about the song you wrote and how this song came to be.
This song was actually written 3 days after the accident.
Okay.
It took about 15 minutes to write. On the day of the accident, I was at work, and the sirens started going off, and we knew at work something bad had happened. And within about 20 minutes, one of my best friends called and said Julie had been in an accident, and they were not expecting her to make it, that it was really bad.
Right.
And when you hear the words to the song, that's how it came to be. And it's just like the Lord was speaking to me so fast I couldn't type, as fast as he was giving me the words for this song.
Wow. Wow. Now, the music. Did Jimmy do the music or did you?
Jimmy had help with the music.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're going to take a break right now, and we're going to go to Jimmy Allen doing the song. Now, what is the name of the song, Julie?
Saved by Grace.
Saved by Grace. Okay, who was responsible for the T-shirts that said "It's a God Thing"? Was that a combined effort with y'all?
Yeah, Tammy Arp Jones done a lot of that. She was
Okay.
over a lot of that. And
Okay. Tammy Arp Jones drove me crazy calling wanting to be on about this stuff, and I was so glad they did because you have to get the word out. And it was like every day I'm getting an email and we're having another Julie Wicks, and I'm like, these people are amazing. It was amazing because together, that combined effort, and God was leading every single step y'all took. Every single step you took. Now, talk about the steps you're taking today because you walked down this hall, and we call it the Hall of Shame, Hall of Fame, Hall of whatever. You made it down that hall.
I did. I go to therapy 3 times a week, and I can walk with my cane now.
Well, you're amazing, and I couldn't wait to have you here because I had not seen you walk. The last time I saw you, you were still in a wheelchair. But you said after that last surgery, it was like almost immediately the next day, they got you up and walked. And once you walked, there was no turning back. We knew with your personality, once you walked, there's no turning back. So I think your friends have learned a little bit more about your personality. You are the get her done kind of girl. We're going to go now to Jimmy Allen, and we want you to sit back. Please hit your DVR and get yourself something that will inspire you. You want to listen to this. You will want to share this with your neighbors. Please call your friends and neighbors and tell them if they aren't tuned in this morning to please tune in this afternoon. This is a song that came about because of one horrific accident. And yeah, Julie saw some angels visiting with her, and at home 3 days later, an angel was writing a song for her. So here we go, Jimmy Allen singing Julie's song. What's the name of it now?
Saved by Grace.
Saved by
again.
Grace.
They thought that she wouldn't make it. Said that it was bad. The people were saying it's the worst we've ever had. The whole town was scared, and no one was prepared. Oh, but little did they know, my Lord was already there. By the touch of his hand, she was healed. By the grace of his love, it was revealed. Body was restored by the pressing up above, shown by his amazing love. She's a miracle, saved by grace again. Her body was badly broken, but the Lord had already spoken. He was watching her from above with his unending love. They didn't know that she'd been saved by grace. Oh, that her precious Lord was already in that place. By the touch of his hand, she was healed. By the grace of his love, it was revealed. Her body was restored by the pressing up above, and was shown by his amazing love. She's a miracle, saved by grace again. You can't tell me he does not listen. You can't tell me he does not care. For I know that we can claim the victory if we'll lift her up in prayer. By the touch of his hand, she was healed. By the grace of his love, it was revealed. Her body was restored by the pressing up above, and was shown by his amazing love. She's a miracle, saved by grace again. She's a miracle, saved by grace again. Oh, she's a miracle, saved by grace again.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time, and delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
The mountains are calling, and they're closer than you think. Farmers Crossing in Ball Ground offers creekside lots with homes beginning in the 400s. Walking distance to downtown shopping, dining, tennis courts, Calvin Farmer Park, and local events. It also includes a beautiful hike to Long Swamp Creek. Leave the car and the worries behind. Move in by fall 2023. Call Sherry Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Georgia Medical Treatment Center now has 2 locations to bring you the high-quality holistic care you've come to know and expect. We treat neck, back, and joint pain with chiropractic care and injection-based treatment without the need for surgery or prescription painkillers. Our medical weight loss program can also provide relief while ridding your body of toxins, pounds, and inches while improving your overall health. Call today for a free consultation, 770-345-2000, or go online to georgiamtc.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
The ETC Game of the Week is back again this football season. Watch your local teams go head-to-head each week, only on ETC TV3.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
Now we're standing in the dining room. And guys, let's just put it on the record. This is my favorite room of this house. And you know I'm all about kitchens. This dining room that's behind us is absolutely magnificent. Now, the whole key behind this room, first of all, it's orange.
Orange.
And it's orange because of what?
Jewel Tea dishes.
Jewel Tea dishes. Now, you guys, if you don't know anything about Jewel Tea dishes, it's
It was a product from the 30s and 40s when my grandmother bought Jewel Tea coffee. She won these dishes as a premium. My collection started with one dish that Granny always made banana pudding in. So in our 27 years of marriage, JS always added to that collection for me. I now probably have one of the largest Jewel Tea collections in the world, and I've never been able to use it. So this dining room, this house was built around using my Jewel Tea dishes that I use every day. I use them every day.
Now, the specialty about this is that, of course, they're old dishes. She's got the largest collection probably in the world, but she not only has a beautiful tablescape with these dishes, but she also used teacups on the tree. On the tree. So take note, guys, you can hang teacups on a tree and it looks absolutely beautiful. And another thing about this dining room is that the table is what?
The table is made from 4 old doors. And the old doors were front doors and back doors. And when I left the farm, it was really, really tough. But part of the farm came with me. So my dining room table and the benches are made out of the front doors and the back doors from the 1860s farmhouse.
Is that not something else?
So believe me, the memories that I had have come with me. And every day I just smile. I walk by and I look at these things and I think this is all about my whole life. And it really is about my whole life.
And it is. And so if we were lucky enough, seriously, if we're lucky enough to have objects like this that we take into our life as we, of course, get older and move on and things change. But again, she set a Christmas up that it's just for her and her family, and that's what Christmas is all about. Now, before we leave the dining room, because we have so much to see, and it's not quite dealing with memories, but I want you to just explain a little bit about the chandelier and how you decorated it.
Well, the chandelier, when we started the dining room, this chandelier was going to go on this wall. And it was laying here in the floor, and I kept saying, Ange, I'm not sure about that on my pretty wall. And I said, let's try it on the chandelier. So she said, okay. And she suspended it, and she worked about 2 hours to put it up there. But anybody can take a wreath and add a little bit to it. It's wired, and it's perfect. This is a 36-inch wreath. It's absolutely perfect on the chandelier.
So there's your second tip. So teacups and hang your wreath on your chandelier. Now we're going to move quickly into your kitchen. So of course your big theme in your Coca-Cola, and I think we talked a little bit about that when we did the
At the farm.
At the farm.
Right,
So
right.
tell me a little bit what you did in your kitchen and
Well, you
breakfast
know the
area.
history of our family and Coca-Cola.
Yes.
All 4 generations collected Coca-Cola. So the farm is still set up, and I can still go spend the night at the farm tonight, and everything I need is there, but part of that came with me.
Oh.
So part of the Coca-Cola stuff came with me, all the Christmas things. So it's here now, and we have dishes on the table. We have Santa singing in the kitchen. We have serving bowls that are Coca-Cola. And if I were smart, we'd have a Diet Coke, but I don't have any.
I know, because I sure am thirsty
I know,
right
and
now.
I'm sorry.
And I'm hungry, too.
I'm sorry. We've been cooking here all day.
I'll be in the refrigerator after this show is over. But tell us a little bit about that Christmas tree.
The Christmas tree in the kitchen reflects hearts, me. JS and I both collected hearts and chickens because we know on Heart of the Home I'm known for cooking chickens. And then it has measuring cups on it because on Heart of the Home we know I don't measure anything. So we have chickens, apples, measuring cups, and hearts. And that just is a reflection of me. The kitchen tree is truly a reflection of me.
So here again, you know, I tell you, the tree behind us, exquisite. It's just absolutely beautiful. The tree in the kitchen, all about Sherry.
It is.
It's all about cooking. It's all about kitchen. And you know, I think we all have a habit, and I say this, you just think you got to use balls and a little tinsel and stuff like that. Oh my goodness, we've already seen already. We've got dishes that totally dictated a dining room and the color and the layout and the whole bit about the dining room. And we have Coca-Cola that's telling us what to do in the kitchen area. And then look what she hung on her tree in the kitchen. See, this is what it's all about. I hope you guys, by the time we finish with this show and the 10 trees that we're going to see, you're going to free yourself up.
Right.
So that you can decorate and use your memories.
Because memories are what it's all about. I mean, honestly, good memories, bad memories. I look at that tree and I have laughed every time I walk by and see one of the chickens. I'm like, okay, what chicken dish am I cooking next, you know? So, but it's all about memories. And that's so important.
Well, it's so important. And you know what? In the next segment, we're going to really get into something that I remember and Sherry remembers, and it's all about a little subject called the pink pig. And you viewers out there that are our age, you'll know what we're talking about.
That's right.
And you young folks, well, you might know about it too, because
That's
I think
right.
they brought
Lennox has the pink pig.
There
now.
you go. We'll be back in just a sec.
Wow, I think that was that was the 4th program I ever did at ETC. First I did a couple with Rhonda Thomas, and then I did the first one at the farm with Lynn, and then that one, and such fun. And looking back, yeah, the cameras were a little bit different. We didn't have high definition. We didn't have quite the lighting that we do today. Things were a little bit different, but such great memories. And that's what life is about, the memories you make. As you go into the holiday season this year, y'all, go through your memories and create yourself a Christmas memory tree. Angela taught me about that, and it's probably my favorite tree ever, is to just create a tree that's full of memories of those loved ones that you've lost, and it's just a precious way to keep their spirit there for the holidays. Now we're going to go to one of the most fun things we did here at ETC, and this was using the old cameras, and didn't have really great lighting that day, but we were on Rich Scott's set, and this is a recipe that I suggest you try. You make yourself a pot of vegetable beef soup, and then you try this very simple, very unique recipe, and it is super easy and it is super yummy. So here we go.
We're ready. We're standing over here arguing about the way you do Crisco. Now listen, you know, isn't that typical?
Well, I wouldn't have thought you'd put that much. My goodness.
You know, that's why I'm the cook and you're the helper.
It certainly shouldn't stick, that's for sure.
Okay, now y'all, we have got white lily cornmeal mix, and to this I'm going to add an egg. There you go. There's my egg, big boy. Now you want to talk a little bit about Crisco and why everybody needs to use Crisco.
Because it'll make you proud every time you ask Loretta Lynn, she'll tell you.
Okay, y'all, I'm putting a big old dollop of Blue Plate mayonnaise. There's my dollop of Blue Plate. And I use Mayfield milk. Y'all know that. You know, we got to do the Mayfield. Now let's stir that bad boy up.
Gotta make Scotty proud, huh?
Gotta make Scotty proud. This is egg, cornmeal mix, and blue plate mayonnaise.
Now this is, I'm getting tangled up in Rich
Now,
Scott's.
don't you do that.
I guess I noticed that we're at Rich's thing.
We are, and we'll trade you this recipe for any recipe you've got. So if y'all
I
got
got
some simple
Crisco on my fingers,
recipes.
I can't get the bag off.
Ah, Lordy.
Whoop.
Now, this is the texture of the cornbread mix so far. We have got
I busted the
egg,
bottom.
we've got egg, mayonnaise, cornmeal mix, and some milk. Now, here we go. I'm going to show you. Now, you want to eat a couple of these?
No.
Okay. Well,
Go ahead.
now if it's this size, you don't have to break it up. But if it's the big ones, I just break it in half a couple of times. There you go. There you go. Now, this is just pork skins. And somebody likes a lot of them. And sometimes I'll make it and he'll say, how many did you put in there? I don't think you put enough. So I'm going to show you. I pretty much I covered the top of the cornmeal. You reckon that's enough?
Probably so. You can stir it up and see.
If that's
but just
enough?
make sure that if you do this, to not crunch it.
Yeah, because you don't want it to be pretty much just, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I guess it'd be that okay that way if
There's your texture.
people that has a hard time chewing, but these are pretty soft. They're
Oh,
not
it's
nothing
awesome.
like cracklings.
No. Okay.
The texture's not.
Now here's Aunt Louise's perfect little pan. There you go. Now this will take about 20 minutes to cook, and we're going to go put it in the oven at 400 degrees. So this will be ready in about 20 minutes at 400 degrees. This is a serving for two, and obviously you can duplicate, you can add, you can, whatever you want to do to make enough for your family. But there you go. Cornmeal mix, an egg, blue plate mayonnaise, Mayfield milk, obviously. And this is a $1 bag of cracklings from the dollar store. So very simple. Is that pretty easy?
Simple as that.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a break and go to the community calendar. And in about 20 minutes, we're going to taste this hot out of the oven cornbread. Welcome back to Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. We're visiting with Sissy Lynn, and something smells so good. Is it the potato salad? Is it the BLT? Is it the coleslaw? Sissy, what have you been cooking?
Everything. We cook everything. Everything we make, we cook to order. So
Smells so good in here.
It does. We just fixed 2 smoked sausage sandwiches and fried bologna.
Oh, fried bologna, fried bologna. We are near your mom's ranch.
Yes.
Now, this is your second store. You used to have a small store up in the campground?
Up in the campground.
Okay.
And we closed it and moved over here.
This is big time.
Yeah.
This is big time.
Yeah.
You also have, what do we call this, the music barn?
Music barn, museum, gift shop, all wrapped in one.
Pictures, incredible pictures, such a history, such a
Yeah.
history. Let's talk a little bit about a photo of you. You were drop dead gorgeous.
I still clean up good.
Yes, you do.
I still can.
Now, touring, what was that like?
I loved that. I love the singing. I love to entertain. Business part of it, it ain't worth having.
No.
But the everybody I got to open for so many people. Got to open for Conway. I mean, I was
Sissy,
lucky.
what was that like?
Well, it was funny because at first it kind of hurt my feelings because he didn't even speak to me.
Oh,
and I'm
wow.
like, you have sung with Mom all these years and you're not going to. But Conway was shy.
Really?
And then after the show, that's when he, acknowledged and stuff. But I think it's, I don't know. It's just, I think was just a shy person. But
Nobody knew that about him.
No, but he was he loved Mom.
The best duo in country music history, your mother and Conway Twitty.
Yeah.
Never got any better than that.
No.
And I think when that was lost, maybe lost forever.
It lost, all the duets are lost. They don't have such a thing as duets anymore. They have conglomerations
Could
or
we
whatever.
have Sissy Lynn and somebody? Who can we put Sissy Lynn with?
Well, my husband does a pretty dang good job of singing.
John, where's John?
Well, right now he's still sleeping. He works nights.
Okay.
And he works security on Mama's ranch.
Okay.
And now he'll be down at the show tonight. So
Looking so forward to tonight's show, and we will be sitting front row. I'm so excited.
You're lucky.
I'm so excited.
You're lucky.
Well, you know, we killed 3 people, and we buried 4, and then we've hung 2 just to get these front row seats.
And did you know the law has called looking for you
Yes,
also?
I know. Shh, don't tell them we're in that really big
We're
RV
going to be
up
on the
there.
front row
Yeah,
because the chief of police actually works the front of the stage.
We're so excited. We've made
It'll be
many
great.
trips up here, never got front row seats. This is
Oh,
going to be
you-
incredible.
yeah.
We want to encourage people to come here to Hurricane Mills. Come and stop and see Betty Sue
Oh, yeah.
first. Spend a little bit of money up there. Save the bulk of your money to come down here and buy all your groceries.
And eat. We
That's
can
right.
feed. I can feed you whatever. You know.
You can do tour buses coming in
Oh,
here.
yes.
You can feed a whole busload,
Yes,
can't you?
and have done. And then I've done them 30-minute shows.
Right.
You know, so they got the cook
Uh-huh.
and the entertainer wrapped up
She's
in one.
got it all. You've
What
got
more
it
can you
all.
ask for?
You are a little bit of Doolittle Lynn and a whole lot of Loretta Lynn. Talk about your parents.
It's hard for me on words with them. You know, my daddy was my life.
Daddy's girl.
Daddy's girl.
Daddy's girl.
When I lost him, I lost 5 years of my life, actually. It was like I just went nuts, you know.
Wow.
And it took me a while to pull up my boots and say, girl, you put it back
gotta go
together
on.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Mom, I can't imagine life without her. You know, she holds, I worried about our family staying together.
Right.
And, but Mom has flat kept us all together.
And tonight we will see family, family,
Oh, yeah.
family. There'll be nieces, granddaughters.
You
Ernest
never
Ray.
know.
It'll
Lots
be
of
unbelievable.
sometimes Crystal Gale comes, Peggy Sue comes. I mean, Mom never knows. The kids, all of us kids are always there. If she needs us, we're there. You know, and
We heard you sing last time we were here.
Yep, I
You
got a
sang,
big mouth, don't I?
And I still think you sing more like your mom than anybody.
I
You
think
do.
I'm
You've
country,
you've nailed
you
it.
know,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
country. I tell everybody I'm a better entertainer than I am a singer. You know, I'm a good singer. I'm not a great singer, but I love people and I
Right.
love to entertain. And I guess for me, singing is I have to sing, and what I sing, I feel.
Someday, and with this 6-piece band, my mama is the coal miner's daughter.
We're standing in front of a 1911 bridge that was completely destroyed by the floods that came through Nashville in early May. This is an amazing sight. This bridge was built in 1911. It will never be the same. Hurricane Mills will never be the same. But 7 weeks later, open. Business is great. Folks are piling in from everywhere, from New York to Canada to Illinois. We've met so many people. This is an amazing tribute to a living legend, Miss Loretta Lynn, how hard people came together and worked to restore Hurricane Mills back to the grandeur that we were used to seeing when we came here many times. It's an amazing trip, but don't forget, when you come to Hurricane Mills, stop by and see what's left of the 1911 bridge.
I want to remind y'all, get yourself in your car, loaded up with some of that high-priced gasoline, and head to Hurricane Mills this fall. It is a beautiful, beautiful area. It is still open, still very much involved in their business. They're still doing concerts, so get on their website and check out Hurricane Mills. It's a great trip. It's into Western Tennessee, and just a wonderful time. And when you come home, I was going to suggest that you don't come down the way you went. You come back through Alabama and go into Fort Payne and run through that area and just get out and see something different. But there's so much out there, and what a great honor to have spent some time with the wonderful ladies at Hurricane Mills. Now, speaking of wonderful ladies, we're going to take you to 2 wonderful ladies who are truly the belles of Ball Ground. We want to invite you to come on October the 28th to the Spooktacular at the Botanical Gardens. The 2 ladies that you're about to see are very responsible for the Botanical Gardens coming to be. So we're going to visit with Miss Jenny and Miss Paula for just a minute. And they're going to be ringing a bell reminding you that it is time to get out and go to these tiny cities that we serve. Go to all the areas on the back roads. Go Ford a Creek today. Today is a beautiful day to get out and enjoy these mountains. I love when people post stories about roads I've never been on, there aren't many roads up here I haven't been on because I do like the dirt roads. I like those back roads. Get out and enjoy. But right now, I hope that Miss Jenny and Miss Paula will tempt you to come to Ball Ground. Here we go.
Dinner's ready.
Oh, dinner's ready and the tea time. It's always tea time in Ball Ground, ladies. We would love to invite y'all to come to downtown Ball Ground and get to know this tiny city that we love. And the Bells of Ball Ground would like to invite you to stop by any of our local restaurants and say the Bells of Ball Ground sent us, right? And y'all love inviting people in and you love getting to know people. And the Bells of Ball Ground are now celebrating how many years in the Garden Club, ladies? Over 50?
Over 50.
Over 50. That is so cool. That is so cool. So we want to invite y'all come to downtown Ball Ground and get to know Princess Belle Jenny and Queen Belle Miss Paula. There you go. Now remember, if you've just moved to the area and you don't know much about the town that you chose to be your home, get out and join the Historical Society, join the Garden Club, join all the things that make a difference in the community. And I think that says a lot about becoming a good part of that community. If you just move in and you don't get to know people, you kind of think, oh, I'm lonely and I'm sitting here and I have nothing to do. Get out and get to know folks. And one of the great ways to do that is join one of the clubs in town. And either that or go to the school and volunteer to read to kids. There's so many things that you can do. So when you become part of the community, really become part of the community, I think that's one of the things we love about ETC. Every week you'll see football, you'll see band competitions, you will see any and everything during the basketball season. You'll see the Pickens team, the girls did so great and they followed them all the way to state and they did such a wonderful job. That's what ETC does. We bring what's happening in your community into your home every single day. And my favorite part of this is going back to the technology of when we first began here. It was very different than it is today. And honestly, I can remember when we got the first high definition cameras and I was like, oh my gosh. But it is so cool that we can keep up with technology and we are on top of it. They watch every single thing that's going to make your living better, your Wi-Fi better, your security better. That's what they're about. And that's what's so great about what we can do with you. We can come to you live. And then if I have a real estate closing and I can't be here, we can use a recorded show. But I do like the live stuff better. So remember this Wednesday, Miss Susan Kiker is going to be here and we're going to be talking about the fact that it is very important in October to remember to get your mammogram. And we're going to talk about that and we're going to recommend a mammogram party that you'll all be invited to. And that's what, it's about the communities that we live in. It's about the people that we know that have been diagnosed with cancer. It's about the people that we know, like Mike, who left this world this weekend. That's what it's about. It's about your community, your friends, your neighbors, and one of the slogans that ETC always used was neighbors serving neighbors. It continues to be that way today. If you pick up the phone and call ETC, you'll probably know somebody at the end of the line, and if you don't, in just a couple of minutes, you'll think you've known them forever. So that's what it's about. We want to share a little bit of what we love in these communities, and the best way to do it is to turn on Channel 3, turn on Channel 14. This weekend, the guys were out. They were filming the Barbecue and Blues up in Fannin County. You will get to see lots of that, and that's what this company does. They bring you what's happening in your community, and I hope that you will join us again tomorrow on ETC. And remember, everything that we do goes to YouTube as soon as we finish it. It goes to YouTube, and if you miss an episode, you can go back and you can check them all out. Just go to Sherry Martin or Sherry Martin Heart of the Home, or the oldies are on Sherry Martin 2009. So check it out. I hope to see you again soon, only on ETC.